when you gave away a third-round pick and a corner who's going to start for you next year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was fucking stupid too. I mean, I don't get what Washington's doing. Like,
well, I mean, like I said, they want to attack free agency, I guess. But if they use the money right, then it's a good move. But if they don't, then they're fucking idiots.
Well, are they gonna do what everyone does now? Are they gonna draft a quarterback and let him learn from Alex Smith? You gave him all his fucking money for what though?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, you're pretty much married to Alex Smith for at least.
Like, is Alex Smith better than Kirk Cousins?
I really kind of think he might be worse.
I agree with you. I think Kirk Cousins is more. I think he's a better overall throwing quarterback. Yeah, I do.
I mean, where do you think he's gonna go? That's the big question.
I think he's gonna go Denver, maybe the Vikings.
Jets.
You think he's gonna
Jacksonville can't get out of its own way, so they.
Let's say Jacksonville would have been a really good fit.
They'll stick with fucking that bum Bortles.
They said that the other day. They're like, yeah. Apparently, right after so what was the Smith move? Tuesday. They said yesterday, they were like, yeah, that looks like they're going to pick up Bortles' option, see if they can make it work. I mean, you have to run that fucking simple-ass playbook in the second half against New England because you can't trust the guy to make the easiest of throws.
I mean, don't even, dude,
But as bad as Bortles is, also blame the coach. You can't sit there up, you know what I mean, and be so content to be up 4 at halftime that you take knees with a minute and 10 to go.
Look what happened to the fucking Falcons last year. They literally fucking blew that game too, offensively.
I feel like that was so different. They were doing some really stupid shit though, like dropping back to pass in the Patriots 30-yard line with 5 minutes left in the game. What the fuck are you doing on first down?
Seriously, that's the thing. Everything before that is acceptable. The minute Julio Jones makes that circus catch on the sideline, you gotta literally sit there and simply run the ball directly up the center's ass.
And kick a fucking field goal. The game's over.
You got an automatic field goal kicker indoors.
And they literally did everything they could to lose that game. Literally everything they could in the second half. Or the fourth quarter, I should say. I mean, they didn't make...
The shit we all came to the conclusion to, in the moments after that game, was just... All they really needed was, 1, maybe 2 plays tops to go their way. You know what I mean? And the game ends.
And they couldn't
everything that needed to break New England's way found a way.
Exactly, and they couldn't even capitalize on Julio Jones' amazing catch and Matt Ryan's amazing throw. They couldn't even capitalize on that.
So by the way, what's the feeling up there, dude?
All right, well, before I get to that, hey guys, I'm here with Mr. Paul Ramagano, Scumbag City, and Mr. Travis Parenti, our recurring guest. We're gonna talk about a few things, but mainly we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl today. But I think before we get to the Super Bowl, we're going to talk about a few things that are going on right now. Mainly, free agency started. We were talking about that earlier with Kirk Cousins, and we're also going to talk about the NBA and this LeBron James thing. Guys, what do you think about this NBA situation going on here? Do you agree with LeBron James, or is he the biggest fag in the world?
If he goes to Golden State, that's that somehow trumps Durant's move is the softest move of all time, which I thought was undoable.
I mean,
I honestly gotta ask, would you even put it past him at this point?
No, I think he would fucking do it. And the worst part about it is he wouldn't even fucking care. It's like he doesn't even give a shit about his legacy anymore. He doesn't care. I don't understand what he wants to do.
He talks about it all the time, but then
I don't know. Look at the league this year. Who would have told you that Paul George would be in Oklahoma City? You would have Blake Griffin to Detroit, and who else got moved recently? Someone else. Kyrie at the Celtics. If 2 years ago you said that, I would have laughed at you. It's kind of weird how the league is.
I called the Kyrie trade. I called that one. What?
Celtics look really good moving forward.
Yeah, they definitely. I agree with you. If they get a big man, say somehow they get Andre Drummond, somehow that team is primed for the NBA Finals and they're a contender.
Yeah, Al Horford having to play so much center is probably a problem.
He's such a pussy.
Averages 6.5 rebounds a game.
Yeah, he just can't. He can't defend big guys, and unfortunately they're going to be playing big guys in the good big men in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I honestly think the most fun matchup for them, and it's kind of why I wouldn't mind seeing in the finals, is with Golden State. Because I don't think anyone beats Golden State anyway.
Yeah.
But I love watching Kyrie play against that team, and they don't play any big guys. They're going to punish Horford.
Exactly.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's on the open market. You think that the Celtics will go after DeAndre Jordan?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know if Boston would with a 1 year. I feel like Cleveland would be a more likely team to try and
Exactly.
take that risk on.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like. Yeah, DeAndre Drummond probably wouldn't. I haven't heard anything about him. I've heard his stuff about Andre Drummond. I have. I mean, that'd be fucking amazing. I don't know if it's probably ever gonna happen. That dude's unbelievable.
I got to imagine Drummond at this point staying put at least for
Yeah, because of Blake
this
Griffin.
year and going into next because they just went for Blake Griffin.
Yeah. I mean, and to answer the LeBron James thing, my opinion, he's going to the Rockets. That's the team that best fits him. They're the big three, and all the positions. Chris Paul at the 1, Harden at the 2, and then LeBron at the 3. So Clint Capella is obviously established himself as a better center. His offensive game is a lot better this year, even though he's still a little overrated. But
Why do you think LeBron goes to the Rockets instead of the Warriors?
because if the Warriors things, he said he would take a call. It's not going to happen. Like Paul said, it's not going to happen.
Do you guys?
Honestly, I think it would happen on his end. I think Golden State's going to win again and go.
Exactly. I mean, LeBron James needs to go to either the Rockets or to Golden State to win a championship. He's not going to win with anyone else.
I think that's why he goes to the Rockets. He has the ability to potentially have a chance to beat the Golden State, and that will look good for him to beat the team that bested him for 2 years.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it past him to go to Golden State. He's such a faggot. But I mean, when is the trade deadline up, Paul? Anyways, or Prunty? Which one?
I forget. I don't remember. It's coming up.
It's like right around. I think it's like the same week as the All-Star break. It's in like 2 weeks. So
do you put it? Could you ever see Golden State trading? I heard this somehow. Klay Thompson and I think it was Draymond Green for LeBron James.
See, I was looking at all they would have to do to clear the space for LeBron for like a cap thing. It's not even Draymond Green. It's like Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala, and Sean Livingston.
Do you think that Cleveland, it would be a smart move, though, to trade LeBron before the deadline, knowing he's going to leave?
If I was Cleveland and Golden State called me with that offer tomorrow,
but I think he has an NTC, no trade clause.
But how rock solid are those no trade clauses, though?
100%. If LeBron doesn't agree to it, they can't do it.
Okay, so will LeBron not agree to that trade, though? You think? Cleveland's not winning. They're not winning the championship this year. They're not winning. I mean, we all know it. There's no way. They have no shot of winning the championship this year, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows it.
They suck. They actually suck.
And they're getting worse. Kevin Love just got hurt. They're getting fucking worse. Like.
I was about to say that people. Sorry.
Listen to people inside that locker room. They'll tell you Kevin Love's the only thing that's been holding them back.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas. Jackasses like that guy.
Always looking to blame somebody.
I mean, I was going to talk shit about the Wizards, but they just lost John Wall for 2 months. I'm about to say the Wizards probably would have passed him up in the East even, but.
I honestly wouldn't even worry about it because the Wizards have beaten two of the top 6 or 7 teams in the league since John Wall went down.
Yeah, they beat the Raptors tonight or the other night. Was it tonight or last night? What's it called? Beal at 27 in the fourth quarter.
Jesus.
Kyle Lowry decided to flush my money down the toilet and miss 2 free throws in the last 30 seconds. Thanks, man. God damn it.
All right.
Speaking of money, are you going to bet on the coin toss this year, Paul?
I think we'll have to take the coin toss in the anthem.
I heard I think it's over under 120 seconds. I don't know what the average is, but that's the 120 seconds is what they're saying. It's Pink. Pink is doing the national anthem. So.
Last year, I took like a billion things to just try and make myself entertained in the game, like a ton of player props and anything you can imagine.
Oh yeah, are you not doing squares with me, dude?
I can't do anything but just watch that game. Can't pay attention to anything else. So I'll probably bet on the Eagles for the 17th week or for the 18th.
Maybe we'll go over the super secret thing we have going when this video ends. I don't know if we're gonna do it though. It's gonna be too much of an uproar.
Bet you fucking puss out on this.
I'm not doing it. I'm not pussing out. Don't worry. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, let's finish.
NFL free agency.
Let's finish this. Let's finish the NBA talk. What's more likely? LeBron gets traded. LeBron goes to the Warriors, or LeBron stays in Cleveland by next year? Prunty.
None of the above. He free agency. He goes to the Houston Rockets.
Okay, fine. Paul.
Honestly, if you have to pick one of those 3, as crazy as it might sound, it's the most likely would be the Warriors because they're not going to trade him, and there's just no shot he goes back to Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't think he will either. It's fucking scary. Like, will the NBA be unwatchable if LeBron and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green all stay there with Steph Curry and Durant? Will it be unwatchable?
No, yes and no. I think that people would watch to see the Warriors lose because it would be so awesome.
I think they would watch so the Warriors go 82-0 because there's no way that team loses. That's a U.S. Team USA. That's literally Team USA.
The whole fucking thing though is it's not like LeBron's gonna go wherever he plays because it's not like this is unprecedented. He started this whole fucking bullshit. Durant's the one that made it out of control, but LeBron started this bullshit by going to the Heat after Wade and Bosh had already teamed up.
Yep, he did. And can you realistically put it past him not to go to the Warriors after that debacle? No.
And I really, again, I'm always picking on LeBron because I fucking hate the guy. But like at the same point, it's like I can't at any point before that remember a superstar in free agency leaving to join somebody else's team because that remained Wade's team after he got there.
Exactly. But
I couldn't.
I don't know. I'm with you.
And obviously Durant tops it, but you know.
I mean, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he also go to Milwaukee? I know.
Milwaukee. First off, who wants to be in Milwaukee? Number one. Second off, they have one player or two players. Why not go somewhere? LeBron's old. Why not go somewhere where he's going to win an automatic championship? That's what he wants.
They have a pretty solid four. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon's on the bench.
Dude, if LeBron goes there, there's no way they
Jabari Parker, Giannis is obviously a beast, and then Chris Middleton is he's a kind of a marksman from outside.
No way they beat the Warriors with that team.
Again, they have a solid roster, but I'd be highly stunned if Malcolm Brogdon or Chris Middleton weighs on LeBron's decision for his final NBA franchise.
Exactly. No way. It's either going to, like you said, Rockets is good, maybe even LA, because it's Los Angeles.
What about Oklahoma City?
Nah, I feel like there's only two ways he goes about it. Either, like you said, Houston would work. I could even see him being able to, San Antonio can worm him in. But, like, one of those teams where he really thinks he can chase a championship, or just flush championships down the window, go for, enjoy yourself out in LA down the stretch and see if you can chase the scoring record.
Exactly. Do you think at all he goes to Philly?
Huh?
Do you think he could go to Philadelphia?
No. God, and I don't really want him. Honestly, I don't think by the time he's good enough that's gonna freaking matter.
What do you think about the Phillies roster right now? What are they missing?
Missing a good all-around player.
I mean,
the Sixers?
Yeah. Do they need a guard? Do they need another forward? Or
every single time they take the floor, there's a Markelle Fultz fucking size hole in the rotation. Because he hurt his shoulder, changed his jump shot, and now lost his mind and can't figure it out again.
Yeah, you might as well write him off. I think he's done. I don't think he's ever going to come back. He sucks. The head case.
Yeah, I think it's a little extreme to write him off at the age of 19, but
I don't know.
It doesn't look very good at the moment.
That shoulder thing is all hoax. He just can't. I think he's all in his head.
I do know that he actually hurt the shoulder to start. You know what I mean? But now it's completely healthy. He threw up a video today where he's throwing down a double.
Yeah, I saw that.
Cocked back like parallel. It's not a shoulder anymore.
And he was throwing half-court shots too. Like he was doing half-court. If you can shoot a half-court shot, you can shoot a three-point shot.
Anyways, let's move on here. NFL free agency. So the first one we got is Alex Smith going to the Redskins. Good or bad? Paul, you're first here. Bad. Why do you think?
I don't understand. Again, give it away. I honestly probably at this point prefer Kirk Cousins to Alex Smith. I feel like the only thing you're gaining from Alex Smith is a little more mobility. But the problem is you save yourself some money, but not enough to give up a third-round pick and a starting corner for.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Fucking home run for Andy Reid.
I guess the whole thing I'm thinking about is that if you think Alex Smith would have taken the contract. Kirk Cousins would have taken the contract Alex Smith received after being franchised the last 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of money. We got like $30 million.
I don't know. What was the reason? What was the reason they don't want Cousins? What's the reason? I don't know what the reason
I think
is.
it's because they don't want to give him a max deal. They didn't pay a max deal for Alex Smith.
How much are they giving Alex Smith though?
It's 70. I know it's 72. I think it's 72 over like
6
4 or 5
years.
years.
I think it's 5.
I'm pretty sure it's 72 over like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think they would have had to give him Cousins probably $20 million a year.
They want to do it, and
But they give Alex Smith $72 fucking million. Alex Smith fucking sucks. It's
a lateral move. I mean, like I think
it's a backwards move. It's a fucking backwards move, dude. In my opinion.
Yeah, maybe slightly, but like I don't know. I think they're.
Wait, hold on. Do you think it's a good decision? I didn't ask you.
I don't know if it's a good decision. I like the whole point of it is to save money, so they can. But the thing is do you trust Dan Snyder to go out and to actually spend money right free agency?
Albert Hainsworth, dude. They're all about wasting money on fucking bums.
Exactly. Historically, I was listening to it because I live in DC. I was listening.
We're really gonna bang up job with that money.
Yeah, exactly. I listened to the radio this morning. They're like, "How can you ever trust like Washington like football?"
They might be as bad as the Browns with managing players and managing salaries. I shit you not. They might be as bad.
I mean, they drafted RG3 and Cousins in the same draft. Like, not forget.
At least one of them worked out.
They were the team. They were the best team in the division a couple of years ago, and young enough and in good enough position to keep making moves. And meanwhile, they've just trended, slightly backwards. While Dallas went backwards this year, but still has some young talent. And the Eagles, barring some serious fuck ups or bad regression off of the Wentz injury, should be pretty good for the foreseeable future.
Do you think the Redskins were that good though, or was it a weak division that year?
Combination. I don't think they were far away from being legit good. I think a couple of the right tweaks, and that could have been a legit good.
They also they had 6 offensive linemen injured and you start 5, so that's kind of a lot.
The fucking disaster.
Yeah. So they had a lot of problems offensively.
Where do we think Cousins is gonna go? Where do we think he's gonna go, and where's his best fit, Prunty?
I mean, if you want to win, I say Denver, but how good is that? Is that defense still good? You can only stay good for so long. Everyone tries to say Denver, and I kind of want to say it at first too. But I mean, look at the.
They're gonna have to get rid of some of those players though, because that salary cap's fucked.
Looking back, was that Von Miller money really worth it to give him that much money?
I think it was personally. They won a Super Bowl because of him.
Did he have double-digit sacks? I guess I don't know, but.
Well, so where do you think he's gonna go?
I guess Denver's a good fit. Honestly, I feel like the best fit would be Jacksonville, but they've already decided they're gonna keep Bortles. Why would Minnesota should go after him? Minnesota just
I agree.
made it with a mediocre quarterback. Cousins is a lot better than those 3 scrubs they got, in my opinion.
What do you think, Paul?
Kind of agree with most of what he's saying. I really felt like Jacksonville was going to be the move. I mean, honestly, Bortles probably saved himself that job for another year with the Steelers game alone.
Yeah, that's sad. That's fucking sad.
Bortles was downright unwatchable in the.
He's bad.
In the Bills game, I don't know if either of you guys watched that.
No, I didn't.
No, I watched part of it. It was just bad football because both those offenses blew.
I'm this way, but I know that at one point, mid fourth quarter, Bortles had ran for more yards than he'd thrown for.
Dude, yes, no, I swear to God, yeah, I was watching it. Yeah. I think he ran for like 75. He threw for like 72.
60 to 70 yards.
There was a point with like 85 yards rushing and 83 passing.
I mean, do you really think is Jacksonville that confident in Blake Bortles, or are they confident with not spending money on anyone else and having a good defense and a good run game?
I just feel like this year, didn't you kind of already find out it's probably not going to be enough. I felt like everything, was kind of set up for them this year in that game, and Bortles, the defense did about as close to as good a job as you can expect to do. You know what I mean, on New England in New England.
I'm going to say right now, I'm going to go on a limb here, and this is not a hot take by any means. I can see Jacksonville going 7-9 next year. I can see Blake Bortles playing worse than he played this year.
Yeah.
I can see it
happening. I want to see what happens with that division because I want to see how Deshaun Watson looks coming back.
Exactly. I'm glad I got him as a keeper. Thanks,
Snow. Too, I forgot too. Not really related, but the Cardinals need a quarterback too.
There's a lot of. I was gonna say, what can we talk about free agents wise? But honestly, I don't have any idea.
Cardinals quarterback next year, Nick Foles.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Anyways, let's move on to the big topic here. The Super Bowl, Super Bowl 52, and the best part is we have a Eagles fan, we have a Pats fan, we have an unbiased, neutral fan who probably doesn't give a shit who wins.
I don't.
So
An unbiased bum.
An unbiased bum, exactly. So Paul's first question was on is what's the buzz around here? The buzz in New England is that they're giving the Eagles a lot of respect, and they think this game's going to be closer than people think. They think it's going to be like a 3-point game, a 5-point game, and some people actually think the Eagles might win because of their defense. Now, we'll go over what I think after. But Paul, what do people think are in Philadelphia right now?
Feeling here is surprisingly confident, and tell me what you know what I mean, how it feels there as far as this statement goes. But I feel like the consensus here is what's it called? It's just that it's obviously New England's still tough as shit because it's Brady and Belichick. You know what I mean? You got the greatest quarterback coach duo, obviously of all time. I feel like most people feel here the Eagles can win this game because it's a relatively weak New England team by comparison.
Yes, and I think everyone in Boston knows, and they've talked about this. This is the worst Patriots team that's gone to a Super Bowl. But in my opinion, though, it's still one of the best teams in the league right now. So does it matter how weak the team is? Does it matter, in my opinion, how weak the team is? No. And do I think everyone in New England's overreacting? Yes. The fact is, this whole thing comes down to Tom Brady, and I know they'll play against each other. Tom Brady versus Nick Foles. Who's going to play better? And that's going to define the winner of this game.
It makes me laugh because I feel like
Well, I certainly hope it's not going to come down to something that simple.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. What makes me laugh though, it sounds like Boston's a little scared about the Super Bowl because the fact that they're already making excuses.
They are. No, you're right.
They think that they might lose because obviously you guys aren't confident because they're already making excuses. So that way, when you guys lose, this is the worst team that went to the Super Bowl.
No, I completely agree with you. And everyone's honestly saying.
And I don't even know that it's an excuse. It's just like I feel like it definitely has to come down to last year's team or this year.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's also kind of going. People have been saying like, if the Patriots lose, everyone's going to be like, they're going to shrug it off because you know what, we won last year. The Patriots won against Seattle. 4's enough or 5's enough or whatever the fuck it is.
All right, well, to throw out a couple stats, we were talking to Pappas earlier. For example, no team passed, I think, the 24th ranked in total yards defense has ever won a Super Bowl. Patriots are 29. Another interesting stat is the Patriots in the Super Bowl have never played a team with a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense, which would be the Eagles. So, I mean, there's a couple things right there. I think a lot of it's bullshit, but I do think the yards thing is kind of significant because the Eagles can move the ball, and the Patriots are not good at allowing not a lot of yards. But they're also top 5 in points allowed, so the bend don't break defense is still there. I don't know.
What you just said right there feels like it might end up being the biggest key to how the game goes. I even with Nick Foles, I don't see a way the Eagles aren't able to move the ball.
They should be able to
consistently between the 20s. It's just going to be you can't settle for 3 field goals. You know what I mean? In 5 tries, you got to find a way. You got to find a way to score 3 touchdowns if you're going to get there 4 times. You know what I mean? And especially quarterback mismatches, you can't turn the ball over.
You can't turn the ball over. I completely agree with you. I mean, I think let's put it this way, if the Eagles can jump on the Patriots early, it's going to be a really good game. But the Patriots jump on the Eagles early, I think it's going to be really hard for Nick Foles to get into that groove. Me and you talked about it earlier, Paul. He thrives on confidence. If the Patriots kind of slam him into the ground early, I feel like he might crumble like a tower of cards.
I mean, that's the biggest key for both sides is obviously whoever can put more pressure on the quarterback. Obviously, that idea leans towards the Eagles. They do an overall better job.
Much better job.
41% of the time they rush the passer. So.
And the Patriots will never blitz him. They won't blitz Foles.
Have to find a way, obviously, to put pressure on Brady without having to blitz because he'll pick apart the blitz. But even more than sacking him to me is, and this is something one of the reasons people around here feel pretty good about this is the 2 defensive tackles. Fletcher Cox is an absolute monster.
Yeah. And
Timmy Jernigan's been great this year. Between those 2, they've done a really good job all year of just kind of blowing up the middle of opposing teams' lines to the point where the quarterback. That's why the only guys, for the most part, as quarterbacks that have given us issues this year have been the guys with the ability to scramble. Like Russell Wilson killed us just by improvising.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I saw
Like,
an
even Alex Smith,
interesting
who doesn't run a ton, but he's mobile.
Yeah. Well, I saw an interesting thing. They're saying that Zach Ertz is probably going to be the key for the Eagles' offense.
But is there any you think there's going to be a tight end that's going to win a Super Bowl? In my opinion, besides Rob Gronkowski, I can't see it though. I can't see it happening.
Well, you just brought up the biggest fear, obviously, around here. The Eagles all year done. The Eagles do a great job on running backs out of the backfield. I'm not worried about New England's receivers. Not overly worried.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
If Brady has time, the Eagles did a pretty bad job on tight ends this year, and this will obviously be the best. Granted that his head's not completely fucked. This, you know what I mean? This could be the best one they've faced all year.
Yeah.
And that's the downfield shot that can bother you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, what if the Patriots do what the Patriots do best, and they shut down the Eagles' best chance on defense, which is double teaming Fletcher Cox? What can the Eagles do to go from there if they double team Cox?
That's where the key becomes Jernigan. A lot of teams have kind of slowed down on double teaming Fletcher Cox as much because Jernigan off the fucking wild start this year.
Yeah. Prunty, what do you think for do you have any random thoughts over there? I know you don't have a lot going on this game.
I talked earlier. The Eagles are. The Patriots are 15-0 in the playoffs against teams that are new opponents.
Yep.
So they've never lost to a team that they played for the first time in the playoffs.
If they didn't play a team in the regular season, they don't lose them in the playoffs.
They see them in the playoffs. They've never lost a game.
Not ideal, exactly. But I mean, the teams, Paul, let's put it this way: the teams they've lost to in the playoffs have all had mediocre to really bad quarterbacks. Eli Manning, we all know he's not very good. Joe Flacco, we know he blows. Peyton Manning on the Broncos 1 year, good. Peyton Manning on the Broncos the second year, horrible. So those are the quarterbacks the Patriots lose to. Now, is it the coaching that beats them, or is the Patriots just beat themselves? It's kind of.
Well, I was looking through there's only two teams that, you know what I mean, have at least for multiple times were ever able to give Brady problems. And
Ravens and Broncos.
Same kind of span between 2007 and 2012-13 area. And it was what's it called? The Giants and the Ravens.
Defense.
Well, they also can rush the passer with 4 guys, all both of the teams.
Yeah, the Ravens defense gave him fits. I saw those numbers this week because Ray Lewis made a comment about, you know what I mean, why he thinks the Eagles have the personnel to give Brady some trouble or whatever, and they put up the numbers as to what he put up against the Ravens the 3 years right before Lewis retired. I couldn't believe how bad the numbers were.
Bro, Brady was atrocious against. He was. I still wouldn't want to play the Ravens even without all those guys. The Ravens just have Tom Brady's number. The Broncos had Tom Brady's number. The Giants had him. There's just Brady's got a mental block, and I don't know what the fuck it is. Because he played great against the Seattle defense, which is far better than those other ones. It's just I don't get it personally. I just don't get it. It's just really weird.
Well, Seattle did. The one thing Seattle let him do, and again,
zone defense.
Aside from Gronkowski, this is my other fear that I'm going to be one to throw the TV out in the middle of the fucking alley over the weekend. Is just those short little throws to the receivers. Brady, especially at this point in his career, does not enjoy throwing the ball downfield.
He can't. He's horrible accuracy downfield. Horrible.
Yeah, so he wants to sit. He wants to drop back, and again, last year it was Edelman. This year it ends up being almost solely Amendola or one of the running backs. But those quick fucking 5-yard routes in the middle of the field is where he wants to live.
Yeah, and the thing is, in the middle of the field, Brady, I guarantee you right now, Brady will throw an interception to the middle of the field. He will. And that's the scary part is, if the Eagles can just keep Brady away from the sideline where it's safe, they'll be good to go. But I don't know. I can kind of contradict myself, but
you just got to make sure it's at least fucking 12 to 14 yards downfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Force him to throw it into the secondary where maybe he may fucking airmail one.
Yeah, I mean, I know I just contradicted myself there for a second, but it's like you want him to throw it to the middle of the field because more can happen there. At the same time, it's really I don't know what it is because he throws these weird interceptions every fucking playoff game and it's always to the middle of the field. So it's like I don't know.
The one
I
last year,
can't
the
put
pick
my
six was in the
finger
middle,
on
right?
it. What?
Pick 6 last year was in the middle of the field in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, it actually wasn't a pick six, but he threw 2 picks in the middle of the field. Oh, last year, you're right. Yeah, last year, I'm sorry. In the Seahawks game, there's 2 picks in the middle of the field. And then the game before that, the Ravens right in the middle of the field, and the Colts before that, right in the middle of the field. Like, he throws the ball, he throws picks in the middle of the field all the time. It's so weird. I can't put my hand on it. Why he does it in the middle of the field. Or he'll throw it downfield to, like, double coverage. It's really weird. I can't really put my hand on it.
Well, Prunty, from a neutral standpoint, where did you stand a couple weeks ago going into the conference championship?
I mean, so again, because I kind of get it from both ends, especially looking at this hilarious snap group chat we have. My goal originally was I was rooting for Jacksonville because I thought it'd be hilarious for the Patriots not to win and then the Eagles to make it and lose to Jacksonville. But right now, I'm between a rock and a hard place because I don't fucking care about the Patriots and I don't care about the Eagles. Like, part of me wants the Eagles to lose because I think it'd be funny as shit because they always can't get over the hump. But then I don't want the Patriots to win another game. Yeah, for me, I'm gonna probably root for the Eagles because it's stupid, but they have 4 West Virginia players.
That is pretty stupid. Fuck you.
Shelton Gibson, Roswell Douglas, and Lendell Smallwood. So I'll probably root for them just because of those players. But other than that,
yeah, honestly, Douglas played fairly well this year when he was on the field.
He's a rookie too.
He's kind of completely off the field now that Darby's back. But he was playing a ton earlier with Darby injured. He actually played pretty well.
He was good. He led the college NCAA in interceptions. So, but he's a good player. He's only a rookie too, so he'll play more and more for you guys. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see the Patriots lose. I wish I like Carson Wentz. I wish he was playing. Like, I'm not a big Nick Foles.
It would have been an amazing Super Bowl if he was playing. It probably will be a good one anyways, but I think that would have been a great one to remember if he played.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see James Harrison get like 2 sacks though. I think that'd be awesome.
I think he'll make a play. I don't know how many, but he'll make at least one.
If James Harrison's out there making a bunch of plays to ruin the Super Bowl for the Eagles, I'm gonna kill somebody. That would just be so fucking.
All right, so let's get to this then.
The kind of guy.
Yeah, and then Garrett Blunt fumbles it or something.
He sucks. Let's get to this. Let's go. 3 key things about this Super Bowl. Paul, you first. 3 difference makers, I just say.
Obviously, Eagles need the Nick Foles, or at least some variation of the Nick Foles that played the last 6 quarters. So starting with the 3rd quarter of the Falcons.
Yep.
To show up. Because they don't need the guy that had the, 350, 3 touchdowns, you know what I mean, 146 passer rating against the Vikings. And they're not going to get that realistically, but just something in between where he's throws a touchdown pass or 2 when it's there. He can't be making mistakes.
Yeah.
Because, and that leads to number 2, is the Eagles need to win the turnover battle.
Yeah.
They already caught a break in the first game of the playoffs by losing the turnover battle to Atlanta. One of the fumbles was a fucking punt return inside our own fucking 20 to give away a touchdown.
Yeah.
So they got lucky to get out of that one when thrown away 10 points.
Yeah.
And then, say 3 is just finding a way to stop, or to slow down Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, those are 3 really good ones, definitely.
I don't think anyone, obviously, I really don't think there's anybody in the league that can fully take him away. But if you can just make him, you know what I mean, another player, make him kind of, he's going to get his to an extent, but don't let him break a big one.
Don't let him break like a 30 or 40 yard. He gets usually every game, exactly.
Make Brady throw it underneath and see if you can gang tackle him from there.
Yep. Prunty, 3 keys to the game.
3 keys to the game is you don't want the ball in Brady's hand at the end of the game. So by that being said, I mean, like, if I were the Eagles, I would rather have Nick Foles with the game-winning drive than Brady because so far historically Brady's done a lot better.
Yep.
game with drive. So,
Yep.
Secondly, like Paul said, turnovers. It's pretty obvious. Every football tchotchke knows it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you turn the ball over, you lose. And Brady,
Yeah.
when he turns the ball over, he loses. And when people turn the ball over on Brady, they have no chance because that's when he. I mean, look at Seahawks. They turn the ball over at the worst fucking time possible, and then they lose the Super Bowl.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Literally, all they had to do was like not turn the ball over. And
Yeah.
I lost $200 to Pappas on that goddamn fucking decision.
And then thirdly is pressure. You know, like are the Patriots going to find a way to get pressure on the Eagles? Because if the Patriots can do that, and then I think the Eagles have no chance. But that's not something they've done all year. So,
Yeah.
But who knows? You know, in the Super Bowl, like obviously the Eagles are going to bring pressure. Brady's you can always say, like, I just read a stat. Has the highest QB rating for a quarterback under pressure. So is that necessarily a good thing? I don't know. If they blitzed him, he might make him pay. So do you want to send 4 or do you want to send an extra guy and speed up Brady? Historically, it hasn't really worked. So I'm going to look on the Patriots side. Can they get pressure on Nick Foles? I think if Nick Foles gets comfortable, he can score plenty of points. The question is this game going to be a shootout, Pappas, or is it going to be a defensive game?
It's going to be a defensive game, and my 3 keys are going to be, number 1, red zone defense by the Eagles. The Eagles Brady's going to get the ball down on the Eagles side of the field. It's going to happen. They really need to keep him from scoring touchdowns, leave it to field goals. Number 2 is the Eagles have to run the ball effectively. If they don't run the ball effectively, the Patriots will prey on that bum Nick Foles. It just will happen. And number 3, for the Patriots to win the game, they need to jump on the Eagles really, really, really early. 7 to 10 point lead in the first half. I think the Eagles will go down after that, personally.
First quarter touchdown.
They have to. Exactly. All right, here we go. Super Bowl MVP, starting with Prunty. Give me one.
Super Bowl MVP is going to be we're saying for each team if they win, or just who's it going to be?
I need a Super Bowl MVP.
For each team.
For each team.
All right. So if the Eagles win, it's going to be LeGarrette Blount. He's going to have like 2 to 3 touchdowns. I think.
Okay.
In the red zone. All right.
Wow,
If the Patriots win, it's going to be Tom Brady. It's pretty obvious. Like, Tom Brady always gets the MVP.
Okay. Paul?
Yeah, I wanted to go different with the Patriots, but I feel like that's just stupid. So if New England wins, it's 90% of the time it's going to be Brady. For the Eagles, kind of depends on the way the game goes. I honestly think if there's points being scored, I think Belichick will find a way to make Foles beat him to an extent. So I think Foles would get the MVP if they can find a way. But if the game trends the other direction, the Eagles can win a somewhat lower scoring game. I could honestly see Fletcher Cox winning MVP.
Yeah. If I had to
without putting up huge stats, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kind of based off
Exactly.
the game.
Now I'm gonna go up. I'm not gonna be like everyone thinks Tom Brady's gonna. Everyone thinks Tom Brady's gonna win the MVP, and that's fine. I'm not sounding the horns here, like even having a hot take. I think if the Patriots do score points, it's gonna be because of Rob Gronkowski, and I can see Gronkowski being the MVP. Now, if the Eagles win, like Paul says, Nick Foles is gonna have to beat him, but at the same time, I don't think Nick Foles is going to put up a lot of numbers against the Patriots. He's not going to. He's going to throw at least 1 pick, maybe 2. And you're not going to get the MVP throwing 2 picks. I know Brady did, but he threw 4 touchdowns. I think it might be, like you said, Blount. Blount's not going to... I think it might be J.J. The Eagles have the best run offense on first down. The Patriots have the worst. As in, the Patriots don't have a very good run defense in general. J.J. might put up 100 yards on him and 2 touchdowns, and that might give him the MVP, personally.
I mean, either one of those backs. I think one of the bigger backs is going to be a factor.
But Blount just sucks. Anyways, let's get to the big thing here. Paul, give me a score.
All right, I'm gonna trend closer to your. It's not going to be super high scoring projection, but I just can't see it being, like all that low with Brady and the Patriots. And in all honesty, I trust the Eagles to at least score against the Patriots defense to an extent. So I'm going to say Eagles win 27-20.
Okay. Not
with
bad.
A lot of nervous moments late in the game for the entire city of Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah. Prunty?
Man, I really don't know who to pick to win this game. I mean, fuck. I'm going to say 28-24 Patriots.
28-24 Patriots now. Everyone thinks it's going to be...
Pappas with the 49 to, and here comes Babs with a 49-3.
I'm not Matt Snow. Now I'm gonna say this realistically. Everyone thinks it's gonna be a close game, which is fine. And I know the Patriots play everyone close. I feel like this is gonna be the Patriots' time where they're gonna win by more than 5 points. Now I think they're gonna win by around 10 or 11 points. If I had to guess, gun to my head, Eagles are gonna end up going up early in the second quarter, 14, maybe 17 points, but they're not gonna score from then on out. They'll kick a field goal in the second half. I think the Patriots are gonna win 31-20. And I think it won't really be close in the second half. Personally, that's my thing, and I hope it's. I really do hope it's like what you guys say. It's a closer game. I can't see. I can't wrap my head around Bill Belichick letting Nick Foles beat them. I can't see it. I just cannot see it.
Yeah, everyone nationally seems excited to see the obviously Brady and the Eagles defense. That's the more marquee side. Well, I'm honestly really interested to see the Eagles' offense against the Patriots' defense.
I agree
with you. The
Eagles'
offense has been creative as shit all year.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what Belichick tries.
So, Paul, do we want to tell everyone in our fantasy league what our bet is, or do we want to hold it off until after?
I think we just let them find out next September.
All right, me and Paul are gonna let you guys find out next September what our bet is. I'm sure everyone's gonna be. Me and him are definitely going to be kind of going crazy over it, but we'll let you know what that is. Now, before we sign off here, something we do usually every time, Paul, we got a little Mount Rushmore here. Now, if you don't know how that works, and you don't watch PMT, you get four, it's a topic, and you get to pick 4 things for that topic. Now, I thought about this one, Mount Rushmore of late night drunk foods. Now, Prunty, we'll start with you since you've done this before. What's your Mount Rushmore?
Late night drunk foods. All right.
I know. I already got 2 in my head.
Mount Rushmore of that. I am on the spot. First, you have to say Pizza Boli's Jumbo Slice. If you don't have that on there,
yeah,
you might as well go home.
True.
Second would be Taco Bell. It's the most disgusting food ever, but if you're drunk, you're gonna eat it. Yeah. It's all about the bell and the fist. Let's see. Third, honestly, those are like my 2 go-to. Third, if it's open, maybe Chinese food.
Ooh, little gook, I love it.
Little gook, And then fourth, I would say a late night food for me would be just another beer. So.
All right, not bad, Hero. Paul, what do you got?
All right, honestly, around here I'm rolling from any number of cheesesteak places to stop on the way home.
Interesting.
Honestly, just, same thing. Any number of pizza places that will fall on my walk home down here. 3, I'll go Wendy's.
Okay, Wendy's. I like that.
Polish off like 4 things from the value menu and just stuff yourself like Nestle. 4th, I don't know actually. It's actually kind of tough.
That's what I'm saying.
I put you guys on the spot. I know.
4th, Crown Fried Chicken. Done deal.
All right, so I'm gonna have to go with my number 1's probably have to go with late night pizza, either from Adams Morgan or more importantly from Sea Isle, the place we get kicked out of every time because of Don, that piece of shit. And a funny story about pizza in Sea Isle. We were out one night, and every night I'm out with Paul, I always lose him, no matter what. And I came home one night. I came home. I think I fell asleep on this grass or something like that. The next morning I wake up and him and Wassel.
That was the day I wasn't with you all day. I went back to Philly for the Temple game. You were supposed to be hanging out with Ed, and Ed got thrown out of the dead dog at 4 o'clock.
Your boy Ed got carried out of the dead dog.
That was a good text for me to get. Yo, I don't know what Peps is doing, but your boy Ed just got carried out of the dead dog.
Anyways, later that night or later the next morning, I asked Paul, "How'd you guys get home last night?" He goes, "Yeah, we paid the pizza guy $70 to drive us home." It's still one of the best stories I've ever heard in my life.
Well, hey, normally we just walk. Normally we take the jetty and walk over the Avalon Bridge. The fucker was closed from fucking like March until the beginning of July, so we were stuck fucking riding over. Fucking really threw a wrench into the entire.
It's really an amazing story. So my number 2 food is gonna be gook. Obviously, late night General Gauss. You can't fucking beat it. You can't do it. My number 3 is probably going to be 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven near the Doof. Taquitos. Used to
Little
fucking
taquito action.
kill those. I used to fucking kill those. And number 4, sometimes we used to get Sammy's on the way home. It was open at night, wasn't it, or no?
Yeah, actually, no, yeah, it was.
I think I got Sammy's a few times, just random stuff like mozzarella sticks and stuff like that. That was a good one right there. Oh, you know what? I'm wrong actually. I never got Sammy's. I'm thinking about a different place. Number 4 is probably gonna be Late Night Priz. Late Night Priz. One at one, like I think it was like 12 o'clock or 1 a.m. Eat anything you want. It was horse shit food, but
want to hear some bullshit?
Anything
It's
you
only
want.
up until midnight now.
Wow, that's weak.
It was
That's
up until
weak.
like 2:30 when we were there.
That's soft as shit. It was open way
As
to tell you.
shitty as that place was, it was only good for that time of night.
That place is so fucking terrible.
It always had shitty pizza and burgers. Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, it was really only good for all of us for that time. It was good for Pappas at any time of day because he could walk in there and fucking steal shit to keep in his room at any time of day. Walk out of there with fucking 6 bowls,
Loaves of bread.
Yeah, so wait. Hold on.
You got caught stealing the fruit the one day.
I put like 40 oranges in my bag.
Jesus Christ.
What are you doing, Prunty? Come on. We gotta go to bed here.
It's still dirty.
Still
But,
somewhere in the fucking.
still got my Frizzware from Pappas.
We sponsor our kitchen by Prince. That's so true. That's so fucked up, too.
Pappas, I hope somewhere you still have the fucking write-up of when you
Dude,
were sleep
dude.
bed.
I looked for, I swear to God, I looked for those. I could not find them. I was so pissed when I couldn't find them. At 3 a.m.,
That was the last straw. You
4:32.
literally basically got thrown out of Spelman because you couldn't handle losing the split.
He was yelling obscenities at 3 a.m., 4:30, or like 5:20.
You were confronted by an RA. Then, 40 minutes later, you were heard again shouting obscenities.
Didn't you show him the black hole?
That was the different time.
I tried to apologize to the RAs for making too much noise one time. Pat was like, "You shut the fuck up. Don't fucking apologize to these assholes."
Alright, sorry about that.
I'm trying to fucking hide the fucking half a case of beer that's sitting in the fucking corner and avoid more trouble, and Pappas is just not getting it at all.
Nah, the best yelling story is when we were up till 3 in the morning playing Monopoly, yelling Bill Brasky every fucking turn. And our roommate's like trying to sleep. He has to work a full-time job. And we're like, Bill Brasky!
The fucking Monopoly games actually got fucking heated. Pappas and Garrett almost fought during multiple Monopoly
Dude,
games.
because he would purposely lose to make me lose.
No, and he wouldn't do trades because he was a fag. He would be like, oh, I'm not trading with you, Prunty, because I don't want to. And I would give him like amazing deals and he'd be like, no, fuck you.
Whatever. We're definitely playing at least one game of Monopoly this summer. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, when is that, by the way?
I don't know. We haven't set a date yet. I just want to make sure I get everyone, kind of to know or up to speed on what we're gonna do. So.
Yeah, the sooner you get the dates, the better for me.
I just want to make sure. I mean, it's hard to set a date 8 months away. Anyways, all right, guys. Thank you for coming on with us. It was a good time. Hopefully, we can maybe do another one in a few weeks. Talk about Super Bowl and wherever else is gonna be. All right.
Pappas, good luck this weekend. If the Eagles win, I'll talk to you soon. If not, I'll avoid you for a month.
Yeah, you guys can't wait to hear about our fucking trade. I can't wait.